My name is Otto Abasi. I work as a graphic designer. I also go by the moniker BaseX, and under that I'm developing a series of creative products like art pieces and clothing and that sort of thing. I'm very interested in business and especially how creative businesses, basically creative entrepreneurship, that's my deal.
My name is Francis Njekwa. I'm also a businessman. I have two companies. One is Njekwa Engineering, and it's a consulting engineering company, and another one is New Generation Technologies. It's a technology company. I also practice an engineer, work in the mining industry, and currently employ about 4 people.
My name is Mustafa Kumba, and I'm a student and part-time coach. I coach high school students. I'm under 14s, but then I'll be going up under 14s, 15s, 16s, and hopefully first team. Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, so I just roll it.
You just roll. That's my chance. 6. So 6, you get 2.5. So that's your initial investment. 2,500. Where's your token? Yes, 1.5. One thing you guys need to note is we have different businesses, and each person has different starting sums and different paydays. You only get paydays if you land on the green dollar signs. Then you get paydays, okay? But as we play, I will keep explaining the game to you. You start. 6. Roll this to small now. Move your stuff. 500, 600.
No, it's actually 600.
Okay, 600,000. Let's go. Roll it. Give us a 4 less. Thank you very much. Let's go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Minus 600,000.
My God.
Let's go. They lose money. And they didn't know that.
Okay.
So they can choose not to play all the cards.
Really? You didn't know that? Goodness. Really? You make the deal, you either win or you lose. You don't keep your money afterwards. I am prepared to buy you. We can afford it. We can afford it. We're gonna make a deal.
Close your eyes.
Both deals.
Are you putting the 2 cards there?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Otto.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the rules?
We have gone over them time and time again. Jide,
Alright,
play.
Jide, let's go. What is your profit? Team 1, what's your profit?
$45,000.
$45,000, ladies and gentlemen. $45,000. Team 1. Team 2, how much did you make?
1.022 million.
1.02 million. Francis apparently made more money than everybody else. Team 3, how much did you make?
400,000.
815,400 currently in
We are
second
still
place.
calculating.
Sorry, please
Move
move
on.
back. Listen.
Team number 5.
We made less than 20,000.
Are you serious? How much did I make?
9,700.
So you guys played only here. You didn't go to the global.
We did go at this one.
9,700 rands. Round of applause. Round of applause.
We took less risk and
You should go to your
1 million will start.
Team number 4, how much did you make?
All right, we made 2,119,500.
All right.
Go B.
Can I just make some conclusion?
We had a foreign currency opportunity which doubled our amount to $500,000. So we had to regain that $500,000 that we had lost. So investing in $1 million made sense because it brings us back to where we are.
But you didn't have money. You didn't have the money to invest.
Wait, we had $500,000 at that point. We had $500,000 at that point. So there was
You
a
had
chance.
$500,000.
Yes,
Are you sure?
If
No,
we,
what I'm
yes.
saying is that the initial money that you lost money that you didn't have.
You didn't have. Did the type of business you were running have any impact on the game you played? Or it could have been anything?
No, it actually had, because what we were doing basically in actual sense is something that we wouldn't do in real life.
So we're showing you a different...
Yeah, this perspective, and it actually got me to remember a show that my wife likes watching, How Do I Look, where they get somebody who dresses in a certain way, they change them up, and the way the image, the way people perceive them becomes extremely different. And that's what our company was, where we pick people, we change their image, you cannot focus on their image.
Hmm.
So in that aspect, it actually taught us something that, there's a market for everything. If you put your mind to it.
Was the game realistic though, in that sense? Especially on the global side?
Yeah, it was. Something that I have learned for my entrepreneur's level is we are risk averse. We don't take risks anyhow.
What company do you run?
An entertainment company.
Okay.
So we're not making investments. I mean, no matter how much the big the pay was, we didn't make an investment because we considered the loss, how much loss we'd make if it didn't pay off.
All right.
So it helped us decide properly in that particular aspect.
The game was entertaining, but my issue with the game is that it just shows what happens in the entrepreneurship world. It just shows you that, okay, this can happen. You could get a break in. You could have to pay this person, sort of things. But it doesn't. As far as strategy is concerned, there's not a lot of strategy. It's all chance.
How would you improve it on the strategy level first? How would you improve it?
Which is fine because, life is a great deal of chance, but there has to be some strategy to it. Games like the Kiyosaki game, for instance, they do play with how you balance your balance sheets and your expense and income, that sort of thing.
I played that.
And there is a bit of that in this game, for instance, when we made the investments. We read the numbers and we said, okay, we can lose 65 grand and we'll still have over 100 grand. Or, and we can make 2 million. So there is a bit of strategy, but it's not a lot of, it's not enough strategy to teach you
input.
Exactly.
It's more on the chance, roll a die, let's see.
Exactly. So it doesn't really teach you so much about how to be an entrepreneur. It just shows you the kind of things that happen when you run in the business.
Oh.
It's like snakes and ladders, basically.
And the name of the game is No Opportunity, so it does that well. So just know what opportunities exist and how to.
And take
And
your
also,
risk.
a few things to say. The board game. You see, when you put it down there, it's sort of informative, and then it talks about investment in Thailand, investment in that. If you're dealing with grade 8s, you're dealing with grade 8s. Part of it is giving them knowledge. So how about on the board game, on it, you put, if you're going to talk about investment in Thailand, you put currency of Thailand is this. Then like on the board game,
Okay.
the countries that are mentioned on foreign currency need to be sort of
Foreign opportunities,
Yeah. Information about them, capital city, this, that. Like just relevant information, because grade 8s need to also learn something out of it. And then, I believe everything needs parameters. Just like our investment, we didn't have any parameter. We came up with some other funny stuff where we could say $1 million. But I believe that the game should be the control of everything. The game tells you what to do. There's no opportunity of not. There's no opportunity of just external factor. The game needs to have a closed-in parameter. So I think that closed parameters, nothing left to chance. And then when you go to that part where you've got the hourglass, you're given a few seconds to answer or to say something. I believe that part should be allocated to the game so that a mathematical question or something is involved.
What about the card, the whole flipping cards? What if all those things are embedded on the game? I know it gives less opportunities, but instead of picking cards each time and reading, why not increase the options and then have those card options already on the board instead of picking a card each time? Did you think about that, or you like the card thing?
The card thing is okay. The way the cards are giving everyone a turn to actually express chance is okay. Okay. But like I told you, there must be parameters. Okay. The whole game must be controlled by set factors and not external factors.
Okay. We have.
The game was fun. It was very engaging. I think it's adequate for the age range of 14 to 18. The biggest take I had from it is that although we as adults, we like to think that when doing a business, we are not going to encounter loss or misfortune. One thing I like about the game is no matter what, you lose money to make money. And that's a lesson that no matter the age group you're in, you need to learn before you go into business.
The cost of doing business.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a suggestion, it would be nice if the game could, as a form of introduction, could have introductory cards to introduce certain concepts that you're going to come across during the game, such as an investment, such as simple knowledge like you knowing that you cannot invest money that you do not have. you know, calculated risks and those sort of things, so that when people are playing the game, they have those concepts revolving in their minds. I think the length or the duration of the game is adequate, because the longer it is, the more it allows you to learn, the more it allows what you're learning to sink in. So I think those things are important.
Nice. Let's go back to base.
I think the good thing about the game is that it shows you who you are. So when you're faced with an opportunity to invest, you know if you're risk averse or if you're risk prone. So there is that as well. But I think another thing that could really help with the game is to place it within a larger structure, a larger framework. So maybe you have a talk on entrepreneurship and people play the games, and you can touch on some of the things that came up during the game. It helps to put it in context and say, this is how investment works, so this is what it is. So placing that with a larger context.
That's what we're going to do.
Yes, like I said, control factors. The whole thing is we can't leave too much to speculation.
Okay.
The game must dictate what happens.
Okay.
So there must be control, so there must be parameters.
Okay.
Like I told you about the hourglass thing, it's a few seconds of you making a decision.
Okay.
But that mustn't come out of your own mind, so it must be linked to somehow
okay.
the game, and it brings it back to the game.
Anybody else?
It's a flow.
Anybody else? Quickly? Nobody.
I like the fact that it has two bases. First, you're doing local business, and then from local, you go to global. So, coming from a grade 8 perspective, no one ever thinks of having a business go globally. All they want is my little community, my space. So on this, you get to think of more than just your community, but how it can also impact the world globally. And it's actually a good thing because it broadens their mind, their mindsets.
All right. Thank you very much.
Just one more contribution. I think to increase the effectiveness of this game, it would be more in your interest to make its target market sort of more interested in entrepreneurship. So not necessarily give them the game and let the game make them, you know, more entrepreneurial minded, but you know, let a bit of education come before the game. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Final words?
I think to conclude, the main thing that the game teaches is that life, as well as business, is really by chance. I mean, you can have a lot of business knowledge and say, if I do this, but at the end of the day, like with the game, rolling the dice is what determines whether your investment, your power of chance. So
Luck.
everything is lives in chance.
Luck.